She's like, oh, for real? You don't want to take care of me and my mental issues no more? Okay, you don't get to see your kid. The you mean you went with it? Like, this is the lesson in it, right? You know how tall 4 feet is, right? Instead of you paying for a sitter, I'll just stay home while you go work. What's up, TBF Mafia? It's your girl, Jazzy J, and I am back with another mukbang. So today's true crime is unfortunately about a mother's control killing her children. I'm not saying she killed her children. 3 beautiful babies losing their life, all because of their mother being so controlling. So I'm going to get into this and explain how it all happened. But first, give this video a big thumbs up on the simple fact that I got some vegan pizza. So it's my first time doing it this way. I just left the gym, so that's why I'm looking crazy. But I'm like, I need some protein. And so I got these protein, I have protein crust. And then I also have Miyoko cheese is what it is. It's mozzarella cheese, and I put some vegan pepperoni on there. Everything is just so high. I think this meal altogether is like 55 grams of protein. I didn't record the recipe because I'm just like, I don't know if I'm gonna like it yet. So we gonna see. We gonna see, because vegan cheese is not my best friend. I can't do it. I can never get it right. It tastes slimy or something. They need to get that right. Okay, I'm gonna pray so we can get started. Hey Team Jazzy, wanna get to know me better? Keep up with me on a personal level by joining my membership. All you have to do is click join beside the subscribe button. I'm so excited to share some exclusive content outside of true crimes. Love you. Amen. Did I say TBF Mafia? Because in the last video, I said TBF Mafia. And I think I said it in the beginning of this video. I don't remember. Y'all know what I meant. I told y'all it's going to be a minute. Bear with me, okay? All right, here we go. I don't know. I need another bite. It's good. I don't really taste the difference, honestly, because I used to make this pizza all the time. But I use cow's cheese, like cow's milk cheese. I never use vegan cheese. But I'm thinking all the flavors mixed together, because I put Italian seasonings, jalapeno, red bell pepper, pizza sauce, and I wooded it mushroom. I normally do mushroom, but I don't have any. So maybe because of all the different flavors, that's why I don't really taste the cheese. So I could definitely do this again. And it's more healthier, so it's just like, why not? Like, I really want to slowly convert into being vegan. Maybe pescatarian, because I can't let go of the crab legs. This is good. This is good. This makes me happy, because now I have a go-to vegan pizza. I also put vegan Parmesan cheese on it too, because I do like vegan Parmesan cheese by Follow Your Heart. I put it on our spaghetti. This is good. So now I'm gonna make sure I record the recipe and put the video in my shorts playlist. This is good. I forgot my water. So good. So y'all, this true crime is sad, but it's a great lesson behind it. It's something we all can learn from. As soon as I get my water. So there was a family. It always starts with a family. There was a family, mom, dad, child, little girl. Little girl name was Amanda. And they just didn't work out. The wife and the husband found out that they were incompatible. And so they both made the very big decision to get a divorce. And so it was just Amanda and her mother. And her mother ended up remarrying. And he was a really nice guy. He loved children. And he wanted a family so bad that he decided to adopt Amanda. And Amanda's real father signed over his rights. And that made Amanda very upset. When she left her father, when her parents got divorced, she was 4. So let's just say she was about 6 or 7 when her mother got remarried, and she did not like that. But she felt that it was her stepfather's fault. She was mad at him. Like, why would you try to adopt me? Versus being mad at her dad. Like, why would you sign over your rights? And, you know, that's just the brain of a child. Unfortunately, they don't think their dad does anything wrong, even when it's his decision. They point it to somebody else because they don't want to be mad at their dad, especially little girls. And so as time goes on, she goes to school. She was bullied a lot. Amanda was bullied. People picked on her, talked about her, and she just let them. Well, then she started hanging out with a crowd that was doing drugs. And this is by high school. By high school, she started hanging out with the crowd that was doing drugs. And she just turned into a different person. She really started to rebel against her parents and would go to parties all the time. And she was always high. Never wanted to go to school. And her parents really tried. And they were so upset with her when they found out 3 weeks before graduation, she dropped out of high school. And they were just so mad at her. Like, you literally, 12 years of school, you have 3 weeks left. And, like, you can't do 3 weeks. And so they told her, you can't live here and drop out of school. So you got to pick. And she was like, oh, then I'll move out. So she moves out and she gets a job as a waitress. She ends up meeting a man. She falls in love. And about a year later, she found out she was pregnant. So they got married. Ooh. I put too much jalapenos on this. Maybe I should take the jalapeno. They find out it's a baby boy, and she's so excited. Her parents are back into her life, of course, because she's an adult and she has a baby. Y'all know them parents don't be playing about them grandkids. And so she was back into her parents' life, and all of a sudden, Amanda and her husband, were incompatible. And so she left. They were incompatible, and it was actually the man. The man was like, I don't want to do this. And so they ended up getting a divorce, and she stopped him from seeing Christopher, the baby Christopher. She was like, nope, you don't want to be with me, then you can't see your kid. This is how things go, because this is what I'm used to. My childhood trauma. I am the inner child in me is still broken up because my dad left me. My dad didn't want me, all because he didn't want my mom. Him and my mom didn't work out. So now that I'm an adult, subconsciously, that's in my mind. And if me and you not together, then you don't even get to be a father, because that's what I'm used to. Not even realizing you're hurting your own child. You're hurting the baby boy. Like, that was your dad's decision. But this young man's decision is to be in his kid's life. And so she couldn't see it that way. And she was being prideful and controlling, and, just making him pay a price for not dealing with my mental issues. And that's what happens when you get into a relationship. That's why I say it's a big lesson behind this. That's what happens when you get into a relationship when you are not healed on the inside, because you turn into a mental patient. You're not a partner. You are not a romantic partner to this man. You are a mental patient. That's it. And they can't take that. That's too much pressure on one person. Now all of a sudden your happiness is my responsibility. And so they like, I don't want to do this no more. And she's like, oh, for real? You don't want to take care of me and my mental issues no more? Okay. You don't get to see your kid. And so 3 years go by, and she has had 2 more children by 2 different men, and the rule still applies. All 3 of these men are not allowed to see their children because they didn't pick her. They don't want to be with her. So now she has 2 boys and a baby girl. The girl was 2 years old. And she meets another man. Now this one, he was the perfect match. He was the perfect match only because they both kind of had the same childhood trauma. His father also, dang, I forget his name. We're going to say Cliff. Cliff's father also abandoned him. And I think his mom did too. He had a rough childhood where he felt unwanted. Feeling unwanted as a child. If you have children, do your best. Do your best. It's so hard being a parent. But you really got to fight it. You really got to fight it. Don't show impatience. Like, the smallest things that you don't think is big to a child. And it hurts them. And to feel unwanted by your own parent is such a deep cut that takes forever to heal. I had to learn that when going from a married woman to a single woman. It was a lot on me. And so I was just like, no, I want to be a better mother, because I'm noticing I'm raising my voice at them. So I read me some books, 5 Love Languages of Children. If you raise your voice at your kids a lot, if you're always fussing at them, if you fuss at them more than you compliment them, please get that book. Get it in the audio if you're not a reader, or read 5 pages a day. It's really going to help you, and it's detrimental for a child's growth. Seriously. Okay, I don't know why I decided to throw in that little commercial. They are not paying me, but I want to put good out into the world, and the fact that you are watching this right now, and the story that I am telling is just all connecting. Because when I say it's some lessons up in this true crime story, y'all. Okay. So they fall in love, and I can only imagine Amanda's thought process. You know, after one kid, you're like, okay, I could find another. After two, okay, I could find. But after 3 kids, it's like, is anybody really gonna want me? Am I really gonna find somebody with having 3 kids already? And so that's really how women think. And then once somebody does take a liking to you, you kind of settle for the small things because you're like, I'm just lucky to have you, you know? And so that's what was this case. Amanda dealt with things like impatience. Cliff was very impatient with the children. Now, remind you, the oldest is 6, the youngest is 2. You know, they were going to be cranky sometime. They're going to fight a lot. In the morning time, when it's time to get up to go to school, they're going to cry. It's just what kids do. They make a big mess, and they have to be structured. They have to be, you know, every single hour, every single minute, they need something to do. And being a mom of 3, Amanda is like, remind you, it's not even being a mom of 3. It's being a mom of 3 with no help, because she refuses to give her child to the dad. She refuses to get any help from them. And I understand if you're refusing if you refuse a man to see his kid over safety reasons, but that part is hard enough. To stop your child from having a relationship with the other parent due to safety reasons is so hard, because you do need that break as a mom. And not only that, you're hurting the child. It's like it really hurts you to see them watch other dads. You get what I'm saying? And so I said that like y'all can respond. I feel silly. Okay, so, but just imagine somebody that did that off of pride. Oh, you don't want me? Oh, you can't see the kids. But at the same time, she's struggling with them. She got to make ends meet. She got to go to work. She got to get sitters. That is a lot. That is a lot. And so to find a man that's like, I don't care that you got 3 kids. I love you. That was more of like a relief. And then the fact that she's such a hard worker, a go-getter, she ain't got no choice because she got kids to feed. And so he's like, instead of you paying for a sitter, I'll just stay home while you go work. And she like, good idea. Instead of saying, I stay home and you go work. But that's what happened. He stayed at home, playing video games, smoking weed. And so one day, he finally wanted to spend quality time with everybody. And he says, let's go to the lake and have fun. Amanda's like, okay, cool. They go to the lake. They're having fun. When they're done, when it's time to go home, they get back in the car. But the car is rolling towards the water. And he can't put it back. He can't go backwards. He's trying his hardest to put it backwards. He's hitting the brake. But the car just kept rolling. Because it was like slanted. All the kids are buckled up in their car seats. And Amanda and Cliff was able to jump out. But they wasn't able to get the kids. Something about the electronic, they couldn't get the door open. And so they call 911. This is it.
911, what is your emergency?
So they get there, they pull the kids out. They rush them all to the emergency room. And now she calls all of the fathers to say something happened to the kids, get to the hospital. And once they get there, the nurses are placing all of the kids into the father's arms and just saying sorry. And the babies, all three of the babies died from drowning in the car. And the mom, Amanda, went into a psych house. A psych hospital. And they started to question her because they said, Amanda and Cliff said it started rolling in the water and they couldn't get it out. That they was going in reverse. They were trying to put it in reverse and couldn't. They were trying to hit the brakes and couldn't, and the car just kept rolling. And they couldn't open the door to get the kids out because the car stopped working. The car had locked and wouldn't open. The doors wouldn't open. But when the rescue squad got there, the car was in 4 feet of water. You know how tall 4 feet is, right? Like 4 feet of water. And also, the paramedics just opened up the door. They didn't have to bust in, nothing. They said, Amanda and Cliff said they could not get the door open. Then why did the paramedics get there, walk in 4 feet of water, and then pull the door open? Undo them babies and pull them out. They said it took 2 minutes to get them babies out. 2 minutes. Not only that, the part where it's the part where the water meets the shore, there was no skeet marks like they were trying to stop. The car just rode. And Amanda's mother went to the police and was like, 2 weeks ago, she called me and she said, could I keep her babies for her? Because Cliff was moving away and they had an opportunity to move away together just to make a better life. And I don't know if she was just saying like, I'll come back and get them. To me, that I'm just giving her the benefit of the doubt. I'm guessing she said that. But the mom was like, she was trying to give her babies up to me just 2 weeks ago so she can go move with him. And now all of a sudden they die in a car, 4 feet of water, and the doors was unlocked. Not only that, the fathers went to the police. The little boy, Christopher, told his real dad that Cliff, the boyfriend, was putting their heads in the oven and acting like he was cutting the gas on anytime they acted out while Amanda was at work. He was abusing them. He didn't like them. Like, girl, he in love with you, but he don't let them kids because they not his. And that's not even the reason why, but he has a cold heart. He did not want them kids. They was in the way. And then Amanda's best friend came out and said that Cliff would get upset because the kids were kind of in the way. Like, they couldn't really do much. 3 kids is a lot when all of them under the age of 6. That's a lot. And so she probably didn't have time to give him everything that he wanted or the attention because somebody always up. Even when y'all finally go to sleep, somebody waking up in the middle of the night over a bad dream, or just the baby girl, like her little sleep schedule was probably off a couple times. So after 2 weeks of her being in this nut house, she finally was like, he's not here to cloud my judgment anymore. But this was his idea. He asked if we could kill my kids since nobody wanted them. And this was the plan, and I went with it. You mean you went with it? Like, this is the lesson in it, right? you gotta keep an eye out. Just because the man likes you, you need to make sure he has been through counseling for whatever childhood trauma he been in. If he raises his voice at you, if he raises his voice at his own children, that's how you know a person is impatient. And then it probably happened too fast. You need to give these men time to get to know you. Give yourself time for you to get to know them. Then they meet your kids well after y'all done really got to know each other. And sometimes a year is just not enough. Like, this stuff is scary because it's real life. It's real life. And us women, we want love so bad that we be settling for anything. These men don't care. I'm in love with you, but you almost don't even mean nothing to me, because now that you got caught and we're going to trial and all that, this man was like, yeah, it was an accident. He kept saying in trial that it was an accident, and Amanda would not talk.